we've just finished 4 days ago or 3 days ago the US Open, and I think a fan favorite, and certainly someone I really enjoy watching, is a McIlroy come up short again. When you're talking about the growth mindset and the neuroplasticity, etc., his comments straight afterwards were, "I'll endure 100 of these to get the next major, and I'm headed in the direction." Is that an example of what you're talking about?
100%, exactly right. So like, he knows that in order to grow and become better, I'm afraid often it takes failure in order to learn, because that's where we learn the most. And there's that old adage, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Well, I often say sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. So, and as long as you learn from those losses as such, if you want to put it in inverted commas that it is a loss, as long as you learn, it's a win. Right? I've gained something out of this. And so many athletes, no matter whether you're playing tennis or cricket or soccer or tennis, whatever, they've all said, you know what? I learned the most in those times of trial, when I was playing poorly, or when I lost, or when I made mistakes, I made errors, and I learned from those mistakes, and now I've come back a stronger player. And so many, there's infinite number of athletes that have made that type of quote. And that's why, but only if you approach it with the right type of mindset, i.e. a growth mindset, where you've got this belief where, if I go out there and I work and I train and I put in an action, I'm going to get a different result. And then that feeds that belief system again. So like, I can't putt. Okay, well, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fulfill an action of learning how to putt. I'm going to get a coach, or I'm going to spend some time and watch some videos, whatever it might be. I'm going to go to the putting green. I'm going to put tees in the ground. I'm going to get a putter, and I'm going to roll up some putts. And I'm going to grow until suddenly I start holding putts. I'm like, wow, actually, I can putt. So it's changed my belief system, and that's a growth mindset. And looking at a task, let's say putting, for example, you need to break it down like that, and you need to figure out like what is missing from my putting that's not allowing me to putt to my best ability. And whether that is a skill that you don't actually possess, maybe it's an understanding of how to putt, or read a green, or whatever that might be. And then obviously I need to go and practice that, right? So we all know that you have to practice something in order to get better at it. You can't just do it once and then you own it. And unfortunately, a very complex sport like golf, it takes a number of reps in order to get to the point at which I become proficient at that. And then that all feeds back into my ability to do it. But you've got to come at it with the right attitude in order to be successful in anything that you want to pursue. And that's kind of where this whole thing has been heading for us, is building on those 3 levels.